Narcissism is when someone thinks they're very important and constantly need lots of attention. But that's just the beginning. They know how to impress people with their charm, but that's not their real side. Narcissists only care about themselves, often using others for their own benefit. Their charm is just a way to control and use others, hiding their real personality. Here are 5 things narcissists do when they are alone. First off, when left to their own devices, narcissists often plunge into the sea of social media. This vast, interconnected world becomes their hunting ground, teeming with potential targets. It's here that they seek what's known as narcissistic supply, a term coined by psychoanalyst Otto Fenichel. But what exactly is this narcissistic supply? Picture it as fuel for the narcissist's ego, something they crave and pursue relentlessly. This supply can take many forms. It could be the admiration and attention they receive when they post that perfectly angled selfie, or the sympathy they garner when they share a heart-wrenching story of their hardships. It's all about manipulating others' perceptions to maintain their inflated self-image. So how does this hunting expedition take place? Well, narcissists are experts at curating their online persona. They'll share posts that highlight their achievements, their attractiveness, or their supposed kindness. By creating this illusion of perfection, they attract potential suppliers who feed into their need for admiration and approval. But it's not just about receiving praise. Narcissists also use social media to observe and analyze their potential targets. Think of it as a form of cyber stalking. They'll scroll through your photos, your posts, your comments, gathering information that they can use to their advantage. They'll learn your likes, your dislikes, your vulnerabilities, and then they'll use this knowledge to present themselves as the perfect match for you. It's a calculated, manipulative process designed to hook you in and keep you there. And remember, narcissists are never satisfied with just one source of supply. They're always on the lookout for more. So if they're not getting the desired response from one person, they'll quickly move on to the next, leaving a trail of emotional chaos in their wake. So if you notice someone overly active on social media, trying to garner attention and admiration, you might be dealing with a narcissist. Moving on to the second point, narcissists have no respect for boundaries. This couldn't be more true when it comes to the invasion of privacy. When a narcissist is alone, they might seize the opportunity to rummage through your personal belongings. They may view this as a treasure hunt, an opportunity to find something that might give them an edge or a piece of information they can use to their advantage. Imagine this. You've left your journal on your bedside table, a journal where you write your deepest thoughts and innermost feelings. It's your sanctuary, a safe place where you can be completely honest with yourself. But a narcissist doesn't respect that. They might pick up your journal and read it as if it were a thriller novel, eagerly flipping through pages, consuming your words, your thoughts, your emotions. And it doesn't stop at journals. They might go through your phone, your emails, your letters. No corner of your life is safe from their prying eyes. They might even eavesdrop on your conversations. It's like living with a private investigator, except this one doesn't respect any ethical guidelines. The sad part is they don't see anything wrong with this. For them, it's a game, a strategy to gather ammunition. They want to know what you're all about, not out of genuine interest or concern, but to manipulate and control you better. They believe they're entitled to know every detail of your life, every secret, every fear. This invasion of privacy is a gross violation of trust and personal space. It can leave you feeling vulnerable, violated, and constantly on edge. Your home, which should be your sanctuary, might start feeling like a surveillance state. But remember, to a narcissist, it's all fair game. They don't see the harm they're causing. They don't understand the concept of boundaries. All they care about is their agenda, their needs, their desires. In their world, your privacy is a price they're willing to pay for their own satisfaction. But remember, it's your privacy, not theirs to take. It's a gross breach of trust and personal space, but to a narcissist, it's all fair game. Thirdly, narcissists are notorious for their smear campaigns. This is a tactic they use to make themselves appear superior by attempting to diminish the character of others. It's a way for them to maintain control and feed their ego, often at the expense of those around them. Imagine this. A narcissist feels threatened. Perhaps their self-esteem has been shaken, or they're experiencing jealousy. Instead of dealing with these emotions in a healthy way, they resort to spreading rumors and gossip. They may even go as far as to twist facts to fit their narrative, distorting reality to paint themselves in a more favorable light. And it doesn't stop there. In fact, it often escalates. The narcissist might reach out to friends, family, colleagues, anyone who will listen really, to tarnish the reputation of their target. They'll tell tales, weave intricate webs of deceit, all in an attempt to make the other person seem untrustworthy, unstable, or even dangerous. This is a deliberate ploy, a carefully crafted strategy designed to isolate the target. By damaging their relationships and reputation, the narcissist ensures that they themselves remain the center of attention, the victim of the situation. It's important to note that these smear campaigns are not random acts of spite. They're calculated, manipulative tactics used to maintain control and power. The narcissist wants to ensure they remain on their pedestal, unchallenged and admired, while their target is left to pick up the pieces. And what's even more alarming is how convincing they can be. Narcissists are often charismatic, persuasive individuals who can make their lies sound like truth. They're masters of manipulation, able to twist the narrative to suit their needs. It's this skill that makes their smear campaigns so effective and so damaging. It's a nasty tactic, but it's one narcissists often resort to. So, if you find yourself on the receiving end of a smear campaign, remember that it's not a reflection of you, but rather a clear indication of the narcissist's own insecurities and need for control. Fourth on our list, if new sources of narcissistic supply are scarce, they'll return to old ones. It's like a moth to a flame. These narcissists are drawn back to their past when their present isn't providing the ego boost they're after. Picture this, a narcissist is feeling low. Their current sources of admiration and adoration are running dry. What do? They go back to their well-worn playbook. They might reconnect with old friends, ex-partners, anyone who can offer them a quick shot of validation. But remember, this isn't about rekindling old friendships for the sake of nostalgia or because they've realized the value of these relationships. No, this is a calculated move, a strategy to regain their lost sense of superiority. They're not above using people from their past as stepping stones to boost their ego. They might paint a picture of change, of regret, of longing for the good old days. But be wary, this isn't a genuine change of heart, but a manipulative tactic to lure you back into their web. They're experts at playing the victim, at making you feel guilty for their shortcomings. And once they've got their fill, once they're back on their narcissistic high, they'll discard you. Just like that, you're back to being a mere footnote in their story. It's a cycle of manipulation that's exhausting for everyone involved. Finally, when all else fails, narcissists might turn to substances and adult content. This is their last-ditch attempt to escape the stark reality of their loneliness and to feed their deep-seated fantasies. The world inside their heads is so much more appealing than the real one. They might resort to drugs, alcohol, and the fantasy world of adult content to keep the harsh reality at bay. This is not an escape, but a self-imposed prison. They are not just running from the world, but from themselves. The use of substances and adult content is a way for them to numb the pain of their existence. They might think that these substances help them to forget their problems, but in reality, they only exacerbate them. It's a temporary fix to a long-lasting issue, a band-aid on a wound that needs proper care and attention. This is not a healthy coping mechanism by any means. It's a dangerous game that often leads to further issues like addiction, deteriorating mental health, and strained relationships. It's a form of self-destruction, a cycle of self-abuse that only feeds their narcissistic tendencies. It's a downward spiral that can have severe consequences. They are trapped in their own world, a world that is slowly but surely consuming them. It's a sad reality, but it's one that needs to be understood in order to help those who are caught in the clutches of narcissism. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give a thumbs up. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button.